But on my mind right now is something I could have easily touched on yesterday. But, you know, I hadn't seen all of the BET Awards, but I saw it last night. And I'm going to get started with that because this past weekend, the BET Awards, something we look forward to, something that's been a ratings bonanza, give credit where credit is due. This is a celebration, supposedly a celebration of black culture, music, and philanthropy. Yesterday, we talked about Will Smith's performance. Remember that? Usher's Lifetime Achievement Award and subsequent speech. Remember that? Well, today, somehow, some way, I've got to talk about something else I noticed that caught my eye.
Hey, I'm surprised he not mad Will Smith performed. I'm surprised he not, black people let Will Smith perform after he slapped Chris Rock. Ugh. Look at me, white man. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, bro, go ahead.
And I'm sure y'all saw it, and if you didn't see it, I wouldn't encourage you to go back and see it because I'm pretty pissed off about it. Did y'all see the In Memoriam segment paying tribute to, quote, black excellence in terms of that we unfortunately lost this year, the individuals that we lost? The tribute included nods to luminaries like Clarence Avant, Willie Mays, Lou Gossett Jr., Dexter Scott King, just to name a few, okay? However, there was a notable silence from the crowd when the image of O.J. Simpson appeared on the big screen. You may recall O.J. Simpson died this past April after a battle with cancer. Yes, he is known for being a Hall of Famer on the football field.
Hey, real fast, I didn't notice that pause. When they showed OJ, I didn't notice that pause at all. But maybe I'm tripping.
Out of USC and ultimately with the Buffalo Bills in his NFL career, but he was also accused of double murder.
Accused.
His ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and Ronald Goldman, back in 1994, the 30-year anniversary was just the other day, last month, June 12th to be exact. OJ was acquitted of those charges in 1995, but later found liable for their deaths a few years later in a civil trial. And the families of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman obviously criticized the BET Awards for paying tribute to Simpson. As well, they should. I don't blame them one bit. And I'm going to...
So what if those white people criticize the BET Awards? So what? That's your problem, bro. You always trying to dance for the white man, bro. Don't try to get us to boogie with you, bro. Don't try to get us to dance with you, bro. That's your game, bro.
I'm going to say this to y'all. What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
See, Jesse Collins Production Company, same man that produced the Super Bowl halftime show, phenomenal producer, produced the BET Awards, okay? Constance Orlando, an executive VP, no doubt she was involved as an executive VP for BET. Scott Mills, he runs BET as well. Has been doing an exceptional job. I'm not here to cast any aspersions on them as individuals and the wonderful, wonderful work that they've done over the years. Let me be very, very clear. It's not for me to judge. Their body of work speaks for itself. I'm just talking about this one thing. And, you know, you got Tia Mowry up there. She's giving an introduction, paying tribute to all of this. And then OJ's face pops up on the screen and you could hear the audience aghast. Clearly, everyone didn't approve of that.
Who aghast? Who did that? You, bro. Who did that, bro? You? And those white men you was probably around? And those white women you were probably around? Who did that? Massa? Massa did that? Cause I didn't see. I didn't think twice of it. My people didn't think twice of it. Rest in peace, OJ. That's all we thought. All that shit you talking, bro.
Clearly, most people were shocked by that, and they should be.
We weren't. We was not.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got to call it like we see it. In the eyes of most people, regardless of an acquittal, O.J. Simpson is a double murderer.
Man.
Yes, he ultimately was convicted in a civil trial and obliged to pay $33.5 million to the Goldman family, which he never really did till the day he died. Never happened. But we all viewed him as a double murderer. He was ostracized and considered a pariah by the vast majority of American citizens. Why? Because regardless of what people want us to believe, unlike most situations, unfortunately, we saw the trial. And yeah, the glove didn't fit, so you must acquit. And the late, great Johnny Cochran pulled that off. And I've had Carl Douglas, the famed attorney working on Johnny Cochran's team during the OJ trial, on this show on a few occasions. And he talked about the preponderance of evidence that validated a civil suit against O.J. Simpson, but not necessarily a criminal suit, because there were holes in the argument that were left by the LAPD and beyond, basically going out of their way to ensure that a person that was guilty in their eyes would be convicted, and it backfired on them. We know that story.
And since they couldn't do it in court, what they do now is they pay black people like this. They pay black people like this to do the job. What the jury didn't do, they paying black people like Stephen A. to do. I'm just saying.
But in the end, Nicole Brown Simpson is gone. Ronald Goldman is gone. The Brown family rather, is still around. The Goldman family, Fred Goldman, who I've always had a strong level of sympathy for, is still around. And you're O.J. Simpson. I know this is not popular to say. And two of my boys, because I love Mace and I love Cameron, and I know what respect they have for O.J. I'm not casting any aspersions on anybody like that. They have their relationship with them, and that's their business. More power to them. My attitude is this. O.J. Simpson never gave a shit about black people until he was indicted. Never gave a damn. You know? You look at Jay-Z's album. I'm not black, I'm O.J. Okay. That was what O.J. said. I ain't black, I'm O.J. Never gave a damn. Never gave a damn about black folks until he...
Bro, going out his way to destroy this man, bro. Bro is legit going out his way and using his platform to tear down this black man. That's this black man that's deceased. This black man that recently passed away. You talking about the Goldman family and shit. Well, what about the Simpson family? What about those black people? You don't care about how those kids feel? Only the Goldmans, right? That's the only concern you give a fuck about. It's the Goldmans and how they feel. The fuck out of here. When do they give a fuck about that? Bro, that's what I be saying, bro. Fucking.
He was indicted on murder charges.
Man.
Never gave a damn about black folks until...
You don't either.
He was ostracized, by and large, by society as a whole. Never gave a damn. And it just amazes me how we would sit up there and I'm looking at it. Forget the fact that in memoriam he was celebrated, he was mentioned, what have you. I mean, I'm looking at it from the standpoint, how should the family of Carl Weathers feel? How should the family of Willie Mays feel? How should the family of Bill Cobbs? Y'all don't know about that fabulous actor that he was. Ghost of Mississippi, New Jack City, and a plethora of other films that he was a part of. He was a legendary figure. How's his family supposed to feel when they're mentioned in the same breath as O.J. Simpson? Think about that for a second.
Bro, us black people don't feel the way that you white people feel about O.J. Simpson. Yes, Stephen A., you with them. They not like us. You not like us. Us black people don't feel the same way that you white people feel about O.J. Simpson. So you got to realize that get involved in your culture for a little bit, bro. Instead of just going up there just tarnishing black men. Be involved in your culture a little bit. Have your finger on the pulse, bro. Instead of dancing for massa.
It's the BET Awards. I mean, I know that it's no longer owned by Bob Johnson. I get that part. I understand that. I understand that in 2000, all right, I'm just pulling from my notes here to make sure that everybody knows that I kind of know. I'm going to do my research here. Paramount, then Viacom, 2000. They were sold by Bob Johnson for $3 billion. We get all of that. And I'm quite sure, I don't know this definitively, but it stands to reason that black folks ain't running Paramount. But you have black individuals in charge of BET, which
black
is
folks
fair,
ain't running
which
the
is
Stephen
right
A.
thing
Smith
to
show
do.
neither.
I'm just sitting up here absolutely positively flabbergasted that whether it's Scott Mills, whether it's Connie Orlando, whether it's Jesse Collins or whomever, how do we let that happen?
Let what happen?
How do we let that happen? And we got to call it like we see it. There's just no reason to celebrate this man. Okay, yeah,
That
he
is
should rest in
wild.
peace. Sure, we should never talk about him again. Here's the bigger issue. We should never be given a reason to talk about him again. We certainly shouldn't be celebrating O.J. Simpson. I'm sorry.
Hey, this is kind of hard to listen to, bro. To hear one black man do this to another black man that recently passed away. Bro, Stephen A., this is just as bad as black on black crime. This is just as bad as black on black crime, bro. You'll get on a public platform. You have 787,000 subscribers on your platform. Those are just the subscribers. And this is what you use that platform to do. Tarnish another black man. That's what you're using your platform for. Publicly tarnish another black man. What's the saying? With friends like this, who needs enemies? Bro, this is the equivalent of black on black crime. I remember I heard a KKK, I think it was like a wizard, whatever they say. And it was like, well, we don't have to kill black people. We don't have to black people are going to do that to themselves. We don't need to, we can desegregate. We don't need segregation no more. Because all we got to do is let one black man in and he's going to hold the rest of the black people back. We can end, desegregation. Yeah, let's end segregation. Because as long as we put a couple token blacks, they go hold the other blacks out. Stephen A. This some wild shit, bro. Like, this is some wild shit, bro.
Sorry. Not when two people were damn near decapitated. And he was the prime suspect.
So?
And we know that an overzealous police department.
How many black people are suspects? All the time. All the time. Take your black ass outside and let something happen. You're gonna be a suspect, bro. We gonna do it to each other, bro.
Effed up the case, which ultimately got him acquitted because he had one of the greatest lawyers this nation has ever known in Johnny Cochran, the late, great Johnny Cochran. O.J. never gave a damn. He hung around white people. He lived, that white culture. He didn't give a damn about his own. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You want to go to golf clubs and be members of golf clubs and all that stuff and live a posh, affluent lifestyle? Hell, we all trying to achieve that. I know I am. But what you never hear me say is that I'm not black. I'm Stephen A. Oh, I'm very black. Most
Tearing
of
down
us
black
are,
people.
if not all of us. I'm talking about in our spirit and in our soul. It's never something we want to detach ourselves from. That was O.J. Simpson. And when we do shit like this, it stains all of us because we're giving tacit approval.
Hey, real quick, he's trying to make sure the memory of OJ is tarnished. He's trying to make sure if there was anybody who didn't know these things about OJ, or if you like OJ, he trying to convince you not to.
For his alleged acts. When we shove that aside, this ain't like the jury letting him off in a criminal case where they saw holes in the argument, where they knew the LAPD engaged in unethical behavior. And on top of it all, you had the backdrop of the LAPD and how they were treating citizens in LA at that time and for decades prior to that, which had basically sullied and alienated the black community against LAPD for years. This is not that case. This is the BET Awards. This is a celebration of blackness, of black culture, of black entertainment, of black excellence. And when you do something like this, you got folks outside the community see that shit? TMZ talking about it, NBC talking about it, CNBC talking about it, CBS talking about it, USA Today talking about it, PBS, everybody but PBS. When that kind of stuff happens, how do you think that benefits us?
Who gives a fuck? Hey, look.
And that's a story that we don't get into.
Hey, that's the problem, bro. Who gives a fuck, bro? Who gives a fuck about how they look at us, bro? Who gives a fuck if they approve of what we do, bro? Who gives a fuck? Who cares? Which one of y'all are waking up every day thinking, oh, how can I make Massa happy today? Oh, I hope Massa don't get mad at what I do today. Or hope Massa like what I'm wearing. Who gives a fuck, bro? This guy, Stephen A. The same dude that wake up every morning trying to figure out how can he get his bosses more money. That guy. This dude, man. Hey, Stephen A, man, nigga be, bro, I might be cool. Like,
nearly as much as we should.
Bro.
Did it ever occur to anybody to remind yourself of the responsibility we have? I'm not blaming any of the folks there in the audience. They didn't know. And even though BET is owned by Paramount, it's still BET. Black folks everywhere, all up in there. And that's what we celebrate. We, as a community, are going to be held accountable for that.
By who?
Subliminally, subconsciously.
Bro, who
People gonna
gives
look at
a
us
fuck?
with raised eyebrows and
So?
think as a community, oh, you down with that?
Yup.
You cool with that? That's
Yup.
what you celebrate.
Yup. OJ, rest in peace, OJ. Yup.
The collective whole is what matters.
Give a fuck.
Not one
This
individual.
nigga.
Not one individual. God rest his soul. God will deal with him because God knows what he did
And
and
apparently
what he
you.
didn't do.
And apparently you.
It ain't for me to judge or anybody else to judge. But we saw what we saw. The
What we
trial
see?
was televised. His actions and his dismissiveness and disassociation and distance from the black community was self-inflicted. He created that. He wanted nothing to do with us. Where's this affinity for him? Where's the evidence? Let me be very, very clear. It's not for me to.
I fucked up. I kind of don't even want to watch this shit no more. Matter of fact, I might be done. Keep it real. I might be cool on watching this shit, bro, because y'all might just be cool, bro. Because, okay, well, he try to disassociate himself from black people, but you tarnish black people. He try to disassociate with black people, but you degrade black people. You belittle black people. Right? What was all okay? Because that shit back in the day, back in the 80s or whatever, where he dissociated with black people. I can't say the word right now, but back then, okay, where is your energy for Jerry Jones when he was trying to stop desegregation? You'll forgive him though. Don't judge him forgive him though, huh? Forgive him though. But OJ getting some money and wanting to be around white people, you can't forget that though, huh? You motherfuckers, man. You motherfuckers. Matter of fact, I would try to go back to where I was at, man. I don't even know where I was at though.
And even though BET is owned by Paramount, because had that been me, it's affinity for him. Where's the evidence that he ever gave a shit about us?
What evidence you give a fuck about us?
I just don't understand. And I think that when it comes to something like that, you got to guard against that. I'd love to know if Tia Mowry knew anything about that. Because had that been me, and they asked me to MC that segment, and I saw that OJ was a part of it, I would not have done it. And if I was on that stage and his face popped up, I would have been mic'd up on camera and I would have been like, I don't know whose idea that was, but I don't have anything to do with that. I didn't know.
Hey, you would have made sure Massa know you. Massa, I ain't with them, Massa. I'll never do that, Massa. You was gonna make sure. You was gonna make sure that Massa knew you wasn't with that, huh? You was gonna make Massa. It wasn't me. It was them, Massa. It wasn't me. Fucking bro.
That's what I would have said.
I bet.
Now everybody ain't me, and I understand that. And I'm not judging in regards to her or anybody else. I'm just saying, come on. Come on.
Come on. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Juice.
We all suspect we know what he did, but nobody definitively knows what he did. but God himself,
You sure acting like
OJ
it.
himself, and of course the souls of Ron Goldman and Nicole Brown Simpson.
Oh yeah, Brown
So it'll be
Brown
for God
family.
to judge. But I got to tell you, that was a bad look
For who?
on the part of the BET Awards.
This nigga wildin'.
It really, really was. Don't get me started with all that twerking and all of that stuff. I had to tell my daughter who was on the phone with me. I made her turn the channel. I'm going to just leave it at that. My teenage daughter, I didn't want her seeing that. All that damn twerking and ass is hanging out and all that. Nah.
That was the best part of the show.
But this stuff with OJ, it can't get much more classless than that.
This nigga. So
And
now
by
we
the way, it also
classless.
begs the question right now.
Hey, we classless for celebrating us. Hey, this is a conversation that two white people are having right now. Hey, so we classless for celebrating ours. We classless for not turning our back on ours. We're class. Wow. We zow. You one of a kind, brother. One of a kind.
If you're the Oscars, you going to celebrate Woody Allen? What are we going to do if Bill Cosby's name comes up? Eventually. I mean, it begs, Harvey Weinstein, stuff like that with other events. It's going to be interesting
People
to
that
see
were
what
found
other
guilty,
events
right?
do.
People that were found guilty, right? That's a different
Oscars, Emmys,
conversation.
stuff like that. It's going to be interesting to see what others,
Hey, man, I'm
others
done.
do.
I'm done. Hey, Stephen A. Fuck, bro. When I say, bro, hey, this can't be real. Bro is turning into one of them black dudes that just talk shit about black people. You know who he turned into? He turned into that fat nigga that he be beefing with, man. What's that nigga name? Jason Whitlock. Stephen A., you turning into Jason Whitlock, bro. Like, you turning into Jason Whitlock, bro. Like, on the real, my nigga. Very odd guy. Man, I'm up out of here. I am Megan. We up out of here.
Only last part I would make is this. Was Andre Brower mentioned?
Shut
I
the
don't
fuck
recall.
up.